It's time to reveal the solution to this week's Excel challenge. And our expert, Claudia Buckley, is here to take you through it step by step.
I hope you didn't back out of this month's challenge just because we said macro. Did you at least try? Did you run into any problems? Let's tackle them together. First of all, you may have needed to enable the Developer tab. But maybe you just access the macro commands from the View tab, here. Now remember that once you start recording your macro, Excel is recording each click and input, so it's best to rehearse your steps before you jump in. This means you needed to decide early on what type of charts you'll be using. One chart will compare the numbers for new and returning visits by country. Column charts usually work well for this type of multi-series data. With the other chart, we want to see each country's percentage contribution to the new paid accounts. That sounds like a pie chart. Assuming you've done your walkthrough, now you can click on Record Macro. So maybe you went to View, Macros, and Record Macro. Our Record Macro dialog box asks us to assign a name. Now it's your macro, so you have the flexibility to name it what you want, as long as the first character is a letter, and the other characters consist of letters, numbers, or an underscore. I'll name my macro Quarterly Analytics. And of course, there's no space because spaces aren't allowed in macro names. Let's also assign a shortcut key, so it's easy to run the macro next time. I'll make mine Control-Shift-Q, and I'll store it in this workbook so that this macro works within this document only. Do we need a description? Not really. But let's enter one anyway. So here I'm typing what actions this macro performs. All right, once we hit OK, Excel will start recording. Now I made a decision to do my pie chart first. Did you do that? Here's why. Once the chart is created, it gets placed over the data area, and I don't want to be clicking and moving things around. Excel would be recording too many steps. Simple, uncomplicated macros are best. So let's select the location, Control, and select the column for new paid accounts. We go to Insert and select a pie chart. Now this pie chart needs a bit of work because we do want to see the values, the percentages that each country contributed to the whole. So a quick way to do that is to go back to the chart design and select one of the quick layouts. I chose layout 1 because it labels each value and carries the percentage. So now we need to do the column chart for the new and returning visits. Again, we go to the data that we want, highlight, insert, and we want a column chart. Let's do a 2D column. And of course, we want to see data labels and a proper heading. So we can just go here, click Data Labels, and they're placed on the chart. And let's give our chart a title. Hit Enter, and the title is placed on the chart. Maybe you wanted to add a little style. So we could go back to Chart Design, and I decided that I like this one, and I'm happy with this chart. So once I'm done with my macro, I can go here to stop recording the macro, and it's done. So we just need to place these on the sheet. So everything looks good, but now we need to test if this macro truly works. Let's run it on our second quarter data sheet. So remember our shortcut key was Control, Shift, and Q. And this looks good, but something isn't quite right. The numbers here don't correspond with the numbers on this sheet. They're picking up the numbers from the old sheet. Now, why did this happen, and can we fix it? This happened because of what's stored in the script of the macro. So to look at the script of your macro, you can go to your View Macros and hit Edit from the macro dialog box. Here's the script, our VBA script, and we're seeing something that probably caused the problem. And notice that this step refers to the first quarter sheet, but we really don't want that. We want the macro to refer to whatever active sheet we're in at the time. So we need to delete the references to the first quarter and instead enter active sheet. Let's do that quickly. So instead of the range referring to a specific sheet, let's go to the active sheet dot range and delete first quarter here. Scroll down and we have the second one, active sheet dot range, and no first quarter reference here. This is the one for the column chart. So everything looks good. We can close our VBA and rerun the macro for the second quarter. So let's delete these two charts and try again. Control-Shift-Q. And this looks a whole lot better. Drop this chart here, this one here, and we're free to run our macro for the other two charts in our workbook. Now I know editing the VBA script wasn't in our original video, but it's a simple solution to a problem you might actually encounter when you're using macros in the real world, so I decided to share it. Did you at least realize that this was the problem even if you didn't know how to fix it? Well, that's a step in the right direction. And of course, once you're done and you're happy with your file, you want to save as an Excel macro-enabled workbook so that the macro will be able to run when we reopen this file. So we go to Save, Save As, and make sure that you click on the drop-down and save it as an Excel macro-enabled workbook. Now you're one step closer to understanding what VBA codes mean, and we have an entire course on macros and VBA for beginners. Sign up on GoSkills.com to check it out.
So there it is. Did you get the same results? Did you use the same approach? Or did you try something different? We'd like to know. Share your take on the challenge in the comments below or join us for more discussion in our Slack channel. Link in the description. Thanks for participating and make sure to subscribe to this channel to get an alert when the next challenge is released. We'll see you then.